My brother Mauro was born in Brithday, New York in January 19th, 1928, and I was so proud to think I had a baby brother after having two other sisters.
Mom and Dad finally had a son, and Mary and Rose and I finally had a brother.
Mauro
was the star.
Mauro was it for us. I followed Mauro from high school. And thanks, Mauro, because through you I was popular, because I was panache. No matter, and today, even your friends today call me panache.
I think he always appeared larger than life to me. Everyone knew him, everyone knew who he was, and me being the only one of the kids that lives in Rochester even today, it amazes me how I will go places and somehow or another it'll come up who I am, and they still know who Mauro Panaggio is.
One day, Mauro, remember you didn't come home from school and we were all worried. Mom put her coat on and she said, I'm going down to see what's going on. And she got there, and it's a good thing because he was hanging on the bar of the school door with his feet, and he was just hanging there and no one was there to untangle him.
I didn't know that.
Oh yes,
I
and
didn't know that.
Mom took you down and came home and said, oh, it's a good thing I went to school. He was hanging by his legs on the door of the bar, and there
She
was no
saved
one
you.
around. There was no one around the school.
I didn't know that story.
Let's see, what things about my dad do I want to put down on tape? Actually, Dad, you've been a wonderful father. You've been there for me through my crazy life. I know I wasn't a boy and got stuck with a girl, but you seem to do pretty well. When I think about you, Dad, I often think about restaurants. It's not just the time that you and I spend together lately going out to eat. You know, me, you, and Mom and Dad spend lots of weekend nights together. But it's that whole restaurant thing. If a meal's going to come out cold, it's going to be yours. If it's going to come out wrong, it's going to be yours. But we always get a kick out of it. It's something that probably nobody in the family will ever forget. And I often tell the story about you getting in a fight with that waiter. I know you're not going to like that.
But basketball, and we played basketball. Of course, we had to stuff a sock in a hat. And we had this old chimney that went across our kitchen. And Mauro and I, every night, would toss the ball and see how many baskets we could make. That's something I'll always remember.
We were there. We used to live in this house that had a big, large kitchen with a chimney across the ceiling. And my brother, you know, the one that was growing up a little bit, liked basketball, so he took an old hat and stuffed it with stockings, and he would practice shooting over that chimney, and we would follow him, but I don't know how that chimney never came down.
I've always told even my grandchildren, if you got a brother ahead of you, that's the best thing you can have, because he opens the door to so many things. I enjoyed your friends, and you enjoyed my friends, and that made us even close during our high school days.
I don't know if he was in the 5th or 6th grade, he started to play basketball. As he went across the court with his little skinny legs, I was so thrilled with that. My brother was so good, he was beating everybody throwing baskets. Of course, my lunch hour was spent every day in the gym. So as he grew older, we moved to Rochester, New York, and the coach and the principal of our school, Mr. Ricordi and Mr. Connors, was very upset because they knew he was going to be a great player. And then as we came to Rochester, it was all basketball.
I loved going to the basketball games. I loved going to the college. And my girlfriend Mary Davis and I would go to every game, and we walked around there like we owned the place. We thought we were so cool.
Oh, Mom
basketball.
marched across that floor proud as an old peacock. She went to all the games. And when there was a big argument, what was it? Something happened.
One guy flew into the seat, you know, the bench, and he went flying and she went across.
Yes, she went across with her cane.
We were walking up from the floor, as we were walking off, the buzzer went off, and I forget what the other team was, and they made the basket, and your father lost. That was the saddest moment of my life when that happened tomorrow.
I also remember, on several occasions, getting into some discussions with people in the stands when they would not know who I was and I was watching a game, and they would be maybe saying not so many kind things about my father. And I would be the first one to turn around and give him a piece of my mind and tell him what I thought, and that's my dad, and no one could say anything bad about my dad.
The stories about you could go on and on. You're a wonderful dad, and you're a wonderful grandfather, and you're a wonderful great-grandfather, and I love you very much.
You couldn't have done any better. And we all, no, we cried.
I know you're getting race out of my
We all appreciate and love you more than we could express.
Mauro, you are always being a great brother to me and to all our whole family. I've always been so proud of you and all your accomplishments. God bless you. Have a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mauro. Thanks for being such a great brother throughout my life.